Before I came on stage tonight, I was asked by one of the technicians, how do you get into a lifestyle of performing Gothic horror? And the answer is very simple: perverted grandparents. You see, when I was 12 years old, my grandparents came to stay with us, and my grandfather gave to me for my Christmas present, and believe me, being a nice Jewish boy, getting a Christmas present is a very nice thing indeed. He gave to me the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, cruel man that he was, and I immediately fled up to the attic, which is where the family hid me when the neighbors came anyway, and I proceeded to read my way through the complete works of Poe. And this is where I got my ideas about life and relationships. 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could. But when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You who so well know the nature of my soul will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. My dear Fortunato, you are luckily met. How remarkably well you are looking today, but I have received a pipe of what passes for Amontillado, and I have my doubts. Amontillado? A pipe? Impossible, and in the middle of the carnival? I have my doubts, I replied, and I was silly enough to pay the full Amontillado price without consulting you in the matter. You were not to be found, and I was fearful of losing a bargain. Amontillado? I have my doubts. Amontillado, and I must satisfy them. Amontillado. As you are engaged, I am on my way to Lucrezi. If anyone has a critical turn, it is he. He will tell me, Lucrezi cannot tell Amontillado from Sherry. And in an instant, he had reached the extremity of the niche, and finding his progress arrested by the rock, stood stupidly bewildered. A moment more, and I had him fettered to the granite. In its surface were 2 iron staples set about 2 feet apart. From one of these depended a short chain, from the other a padlock. Throwing the links about his waist, it was but the work of a few seconds to secure it. My friend was much too astounded to resist. Pass your hand, I said, over the wall. You cannot help feeling the nitre. Indeed, it is very damp. Once more, let me implore you to return. No? Then I must positively leave you. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life, and my bride, in the sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. When I go like this, you will whisper like dry leaves scuttling across a tombstone. Nevermore. Oh God, that was good. I don't even open here. I flung the shutters when with many a flirt and flutter in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door. Perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. Perched and sat, and nothing more. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven. Presently, I heard a slight groan, And I knew it was the groan of mortal terror. It was not a groan of pain or of grief. Oh, no, 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 no. It was the low, stifled sound that arises from the bottom of the soul when overcharged with awe. I knew the sound well. Many a night just at midnight when all the world has slept, it has welled up from my own bosom, deepening with its dreadful echo the terrors that distracted me. I say I knew it well. I knew what the old man felt. And I pitied him, although I chuckled at heart, for I knew that he'd been lying awake ever since the first slight noise when he had turned in the bed. But the beating grew louder, 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 and now a new anxiety seized me. The sound would be heard by a neighbor. The old man's hour had come. With a loud yell, I threw open the lantern and leaped into the room. He shrieked once only. In an instant, I dragged him to the floor and pulled the heavy bed over him. I then smiled gaily to find the deed so far done. But for many minutes, the heart beat on with a muffled sound. This, however, did not vex me. It would not be heard through the wall. At length, it ceased. The old man was dead. If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs. I then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber and deposited all between the scantlings. I then replaced the boards so cleverly, so cunningly, that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out, no stain of any kind, no blood spot whatever. I had been too wary for that. A tub had caught all. So that I can connect them and reconnect them with our greater community. And with that thought, I will be out in the lobby or wherever they put me to sign things and talk with people afterwards, because I'm here for you. You are the reason I'm here. You're the most important people in the world to me right now. I wish you all, I need to go back and get my cup of tea. Godspeed, God bless, and to all of you, a very good night.